Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing. Today I'm coming to you with another craft with me sort of video. This video is inspired by Cara Brandon Creations. It was late last week, I believe, that she did a video on what I believe she called hidden pocket journaling. I'm going to go with the same name, but I just wanted you to know that the inspiration totally came from her. She made hers smaller, and I don't think she embellished them in the same way, but the cool thing about these kinds of things is you get to tailor make it to what you like. And so that's what I did. I made them a little bit bigger so that they would kind of fill a page. So this is one of the prototypes that I made. And so I've got this little dangly that I made just as in my stash. I made it some time ago. So I just paper clipped that on the edge here. I've got a little bit of lace and ribbon to decorate it, and then a little bit of scraps of paper that I have distressed, and then this is a rub-on butterfly from my stash, old rub-ons I thought I would use, and then just a little sentiment. And the way this works is that you can pull, I need to take the paper clip off, but you pull this out and you have a writing spot. So we have a writing spot on the front and on the back. Really, really, really creative. I can't believe that people come up with this stuff all on their own. I'm not there yet. I probably will get there because I am able to think that way, but again, this is a new path for me. So, and then you just stick it down there, and then just until it meets the bottom. It's a little bit tough. And then obviously you want it to meet the edges here. I'm not sure why that's so hard. So that it looks, on this one, it doesn't look seamless because I did the notch, which I probably won't do because I much prefer the second one. So let me show you the second one that I did, which by looking at it, you cannot even tell that it has a secret journaling spot. So again, I'll just preview some of the added embellishments. So I have this paper clip on the side. Again, this is another one that I made. I believe there's a video. It's a show and tell video on these. I'm hoping to put one together and do some do a video of making some of these little bead dangles. So and then this one just has a little butterfly, some scraps of paper, a little bit of cheesecloth. But this one, I didn't notch it here, so you can't see that it's a hidden spot, but it's the same concept. You pull this out and you've got a journaling space that you can take out, write on, and put back in. So I just backed this one with some coffee dyed paper. Now that I pulled my supplies out for the ones I'm going to be demonstrating today, I realize I didn't pull out a piece for the back, so I'll have to grab that when I get to that point. So again, you just gently tuck it on in here. This is just copy paper. It's 60-pound weight copy paper, so I just used it on these for my little writing space. So it is a little bit tricky for some reason to get them in here. Probably because they're so long. Again, Cara didn't do them quite as big as I did, or I did them bigger than she did rather, since she's the one that showed us how to do it. So that is how they work. Absolutely delightful. And just so you can see how this paper clip works, it's really, really, really cool, and they're very fun to make. So I hope maybe this week I'll get a video out of how I did that. Let me just put this one on again just so that I don't forget. And the paper, I'm not gonna, similar to my last video where I did the cute corner huggers, I'm not going to list the supplies that I used on my prototypes, but I will list the papers and things that I chose for the ones that I'm demonstrating for you. So here we go. So here's my little bits that we'll go over as we move through the project. This one is actually going to be for my soul, oh my goodness, what is it called? I can't think of the name of my own journal. Wow, that's terrible. Anyways, it's for my really, really special journal that I haven't done a lot of work in just because I'm building up my stash of things to put in it. But this is a little dangle that I made that has really special meaning for that particular journal. So I'll be using that. And This is the paper, and I chose the word fearless because that's part of the story that I will be using on that, or that I will be creating that page for. So this is the paper that I chose. This is from Teal and Tattered. Excuse me. I think it's called Love Me Lilacs, but I will again be sure to link that in my supply list so that you can see that. And then the back of this doesn't really matter so much as far as having any color to it. So, and you'll see that as we move along. This is the piece that I cut that's going to be the tuck part that goes in, and then this is the back of it. So this is just a one maker side is copy stained, and this is by Nonstop Paper Crafts, and then the avocado side is from Terrace Paper, I believe is how you say it. So that's what I'll be using for that one. And then I'm going to set these bits aside as well. Pick just a variety of little snippets of things to use because it's easier than me fishing through my supplies on the spot. And then here's another dangle that I thought would be pretty on this one because it's got the blue and then some yellow, really cute. This is one of the first ones I did, so it's a little bit wonky, but I like it. So there's that. And then this is the paper I chose. This is from, this is called Dramatic Wallpaper, and it's from Gina Makes It. I would highly encourage you to check out her channel. She's super fun to watch, and she always has this like relaxing music and video of outdoors and nature that she plays before her videos, which is kind of nice. So that's where this paper came from. And then I just used a piece of, again, a 60-pound weight copy paper for the middle section. And these two pieces, I'm sorry I didn't say this, these two pieces are the exact same size, except I'm going to have to trim that off. I can already see it's not measuring up right, but I'll fix that when we get going. So these pieces need to be the same size. And then this one, I discovered when Cara demonstrated, she had it just be slightly smaller than the actual front, but I found that I couldn't get it down in there. And again, I don't know if that's because I chose to do mine longer. So I made mine smaller. This size seemed to really work. So let's get going, and I'll show you actually how these go together. Thanks to Cara Brandon Creations. So we're going to start with this, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to cut off about this much off of the top, and the size of these do not matter. You just want to kind of make them based on what you want to use them for. You just want to have these two pages be the same size. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off 2 inches on that one. So let me get my cutter out really quick here. And just 2 inches is almost too much. How about this much? There we go. Sorry, that's off camera. You know, these are longer, so I am going to go, I think these are a little bit longer than the prototypes, so I'm going to go ahead and do the 2 inches. So basically this is going to create that pull for the journaling spot. And I'm going to go, yeah, let's just do that. One at a time. We'll do one at a time, Cara-Renee. So now we're going to glue on the bottom piece onto this piece of paper. I'm debating on which side I want to do here, because I kind of like, it's not going to really show. So I think I'd rather have this on the back. So we're going to go ahead and glue this 3 sides. So the 2 sides and then the bottom. In order to keep track, I always hold it at the top, and then I know kind of where I'm at here. I'm going to use art glitter glue to go ahead and glue these down. Hopefully it's not going to give me trouble. It's already giving me trouble. Goodness. My bead dangle is going to be coming, my glue stopper bead thing. Oh, I'm so excited. It was a little pricey in my opinion, but for a glue stopper, but oh, it's so cute. It's fairy themed. I I think it's from Fairy Godmother on Etsy. I'll have to show it to you when it gets here. So we're going to go ahead and attach that here. I have to kind of turn it sideways just to make sure I can get it straight. I always end up having to trim, which is not a big deal. So we're then just going to give it a good press on both sides. Oh, we're not even. Scooch, scooch, scooch. Can we? We're going to have to trim that. That's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. But I thought this would even be really cool writing space. I like the white patches. It really appeals to me. So there we go. So we're going to trim this as we go here. I need to go grab my good cutting scissors. Just a second. They're in the living room. There we go. So I like these because they have absolutely no glue on them, which I don't know, maybe is not a wise thing on this since I might get some glue on them, but I use them for my fussy cutting basically. So I'm just going to cut that little edge off, clean that up a little bit. Hopefully I won't make it worse, which I just did. There we go. Okay, nobody's going to be measuring it or looking at it, so. And I should have inked this edge, so I forgot that last time too. I do like to ink all of my stuff, so I'm going to try to get in here and ink this very carefully. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. We just need a little bit in there. Not a big deal. Two left hands here. I still have some overhang there. What is going on there? Seems to be crooked all the way up, or too wide rather. That's okay. Again, there's no measuring police that are going to look at this and say, hey, what are you doing over there? I'm certainly not going to be examining it. It's just super fun to make. I just thought this was so ingenious. I don't know if I could ever think up something like this. Maybe as I get more in the mindset of, these journals, I'll be able to come up with that stuff. I can come up with my own variations and tweak it, but the original idea, yeah, not so much. I'm gonna go ahead and ink the back while I'm here. I just like that antique aged look on everything. This paper is, again, I mentioned it's from Teal and Tattered, I believe, and she's another great one to watch. She's really down to earth and fun and very knowledgeable about what she's doing, and she explains things really well. So I've watched a lot of her videos too. There we go. So that is that. And so then the second step is we're going to go ahead and attach the cap of this to the insert. So you're just going to kind of want, I put glue on this because one of the times I did it, I put glue on the whole thing. Well, some of it hangs over, so that won't work. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark it so that I know where my glue area, or yeah, where my glue area is. Goodness gracious, Renee. Where's my pencil? I'm going to give it a little mark here. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and attach this. And again, I'm putting it directly on this paper because I only want the glue where that's going to make contact. Sorry if my stuff is sideways. I have a hard time working straight on, so I hope that doesn't irritate you too much. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and place this on. And just try to line it up as best you can. It's a little bit tricky. I'm actually going to turn this upside down so that I can have a better angle. Oh, but I want to make sure that my flowers, where my flowers cut off, they're going the right way. That would be terrible because it would no longer be, oh, and I need to ink it. Ah, You don't have to ink that edge if you really, really want it to be secret. I don't really care about it being completely secret. I just want it to be, I just like the idea that it's a surprise. So you could definitely do that however you choose, which means I have to do it this way because otherwise I'll get it all messed up, I promise. It always happens. So go ahead and put that on. Hopefully that's pretty even. It's not. It's not even. Let's try again. Let's try again, Renee. You ever notice when I'm scolding myself, I call myself by my birth name, which is Renee, not my chosen name, just Cara-Renee. There we go. That's probably going to be okay. Hopefully that's going to stick okay after lifting it and lifting it. Need my towel here. I hope you guys are faring okay in this heat wherever you are. We are in Washington State, and I'm telling you, it is just insane. Like, you can't even go outside. Yesterday, the high here in Washington State in June was 117 degrees. We don't even get that in the deepest heat of the summer. So I actually did that backwards. It's not going to really matter because this is going to be inside. I wanted the other one. I'm just trying to get some of that glue off. I got some on the paper here. Again, not going to really matter. Nobody's going to look. And then this is the part I forgot before. So I do need a piece to put on the on this other side. So let me find a scrap here and see if I've got something big enough. Looks like I'll probably have to use this, which is fine. So just going to measure this out really quick. Bear with me, I should have had this ready. I just forgot about it. I only did the other ones once, so it's a new process. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut that really quick. Where's my lines? Oh, Lordy. Where are my lines? I'm special. Very special. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, there's one of them. Where's the other one? There it is. I put it on this side instead of the edge over here. Kind of silly. Okay. I'm going to just go, actually I'm going to turn this around because I don't want to waste the paper. I want to be able to control my cut and only cut down to the point that I need it, which is right about there. Yep. And I don't know if you can see that or not. This piece might make a great scrap for the, or embellishment cluster kind of on the front of this project. I'm just going to cut straight across. Okay, so hopefully that's right. Whoa! Yikes, I just hit my camera with my cutter. Oh my goodness gracious. Renee. There we go. Okay. Whew, it's still early here in the Pacific Northwest. So we're going to go ahead and glue that on. If it's too wide, I can obviously trim it. So I am going to ink the edges. I forgot to do that. And then I forgot to do that. Oh my goodness. I tend to have to do things a few times before it kind of, before I don't forget stuff like this. Once I've done it and I feel confident, I don't have any trouble, but again, just going to ink all the way down the sides here. There we go. Okay, so now let's get this on the back. So obviously this time I can go the entire width of this. Get this glue on here and get it nice and secure. Cap my art glitter glue. It's really warm in here. Well, it's not warm in the studio, it's warm in the house. I'm sitting in a sweater right now because the the studio is, air conditioner is on, the window air conditioner, and it is cold. I probably won't be saying that later though, when I'm dying from heat. Okay, so we've got that. I'm just gonna give it a good press. And my light is like sort of orange in here today, it seems. So yeah, I'm a little bit uneven, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim this up a little bit. And then we're going to show you the magic, how this goes into the pocket, which is basically what it is. So I want to make sure I get the right side, because you want it to be a seamless piece of paper or design here. So we're going to go ahead and stick this in here. And da-da-da-da-da. Da, da, da. Oh my goodness, it's tight. There we go. There we go. And then you can kind of fuss with it and get it, wiggle it to get it kind of centered there. But there we go. So that is our seamless journaling spot. Now, I think on the next one, well, the next one's not going to show because I'm using a really dark navy piece of paper, so I wouldn't be inking this anyway, but it'll be interesting to see how that one turns out compared to this one. So you can see it's a little bit uneven, but that's okay. I'm just going to ink that because I see some white I don't like. So there we go. I am going to take this out right now because, while we do the embellishing, because I did have that bit of glue on here and I want to make sure that it doesn't stick in there. So take my sweater off, it's getting warm. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and embellish this. Where is our stuff for this one? So these are the bits that I selected. Get these on this side. So I've got my little dingle, and then I like to do a little bit of a cluster of stuff here. So I think I'm going to use this little bit of doily. I'm just going to tear it here. And then, yeah, I like that. It needs to be just a tad smaller. Smaller. And, oh, I like that. Yes. So let's go ahead and ink. This is going to be challenging to ink because it's super flimsy, but we can do it. Go. I'm not going to glue them down right now. I'm just going to kind of see what I like. And then I just love this girl. But I think I'm going to use my tear ruler and see if I can tear the paper a little bit smoother. So give me just a second here. It's thick paper, so I'm not sure how well it's going to go. I know I am cutting her arm off, but I've been wanting to use her. She's been in my scrap basket for a while, so I want to use her today. And that's working out okay after all. Kind of using my grid just to kind of keep it semi-straight, so it's not like all weird. Oh, that was too much, but that's okay. And then one more bit on the bottom. Actually, I have to do it this way. I need to hold the part that's got the most, so we're just going to kind of do this small. Oh, I just love her. I don't know if she really goes with this, but she goes with it for my story, which is what's important. So so that is okay. So we're going to ink her up. And then we've got a bit of lace here too. I've got, I'm not going to need that. A little bit of music page here that I think I'd like to use. We're going to go ahead and tear that down just a little bit. And it's okay if some of your sides are torn and not all of them. I think it creates an interesting look. It's kind of whatever, for me, it's whatever kind of sparks me at the moment. I think I'm going to put that down underneath the doily, maybe. And then I have a piece of vellum that I thought might be kind of fun, just because it's in my scraps. So go ahead and ink this up. This inks up pretty nicely. I love vellum. I bought a whole pad of vellum from Amazon, and for the life of me, I cannot find it in this studio. And it's not the first time it's happened, so I don't know what is the deal, but I can't seem to keep track of that. Oh, I like that, like that. I think it's a little bit too wide, so let me tear a bit more off. Re-ink, like so. Oh, I like that. And I do have a little bit of this lace. This is just from a garment. I actually bought it for the purpose of tearing it or cutting it up, because like you can't beat getting this stuff at like Goodwill. And it was one of those garments that I'm like, nobody's gonna ever buy this again. Like, it's crazy. It was not very pretty. So I love that. And I do have a little bit of ribbon, which I'll probably put on the topper. And then also have my words. So let me, I think I'm going to cut it down a little bit. It's got a lot of extra paper here that we don't really need. And just ink it really quick, and then we're going to glue this stuff down. Tell you guys, I have been waiting all school year for summer to have this like 2 months off. And I get up in the morning and initially I just feel lost, even though I know it's free time and I can do whatever I want with my day. It's just weird to not be going to work and just being able to just kind of, I don't lounge around very much. I mean, yesterday I did something to my knee in the last few days of school, and so I've been kind of babying my knee for a while here. So yesterday I laid low. So we're going to go ahead and glue this one down first. Hopefully I'll remember where I had it. When you're collaging, that's always the tricky part. When I do mixed media, a lot of times I'll take a picture of how I had everything so that I can get it back the way that I had it. So yeah. Oh, and you know what? I think I want another piece of this, just peeking out by these, before I put the next piece down, like right here. I do need my Fabri-Tac for that, so let me get that. I turned it upside down this time. Sometimes I forget, and then I'm sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting for it to come down so that I can use it. So I'm going to put a little bit of lace right there, because you can still see that music page through it. And then I believe this was next. Was this next or this next? Yeah, this was next. So back to my art glitter glue. This is tricky because there's so many little bits. Sorry, I'm off camera there, guys. I hope that you've been enjoying the videos. I'm liking the way that this is going, in preparing my supplies first and then going ahead and doing the process after I've made a prototype, because it's just a lot easier. It's a lot more relaxing for me as well. So let's see, did we want this, and then this? It's getting a little thick. I want to be able to see that doily. So what happened there? What the heck happened? You know what? I'm going to let her hang off a little bit. I am going to let her hang off. I think that's going to be fine. There we go. Yep. I find that the art glitter glue works pretty good on vellum. Vellum can be hard as far as adhesives go, because you're going to see it in most cases. Like if you're a card maker, vellum is really difficult to work with, in my opinion. And then we want one more piece of this lace up here, just to add a little bit more layering. know me and my layering. There we go. And then we're going to put our girl just slightly off of the page. I am going to use the Fabri-Tac just because I am touching on the lace, I believe. I don't need to put it, well, I guess I'll just put, I can wipe it off. Except it's going to show on the other side. So I'm going to minimally do this because I don't want very much of that over the edge, now that I think of it, because I don't want it to look weird on the back side. So see that? It looks fine in this case, but it could get really out of control. So I can still see the doily, which is what my main concern was. So now let's get our little word on. And where do we want the word? Here. That seems appropriate. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. There we go. I love that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this back in here, and we're going to apply a little bit of lace onto the top of this. There we go. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I think that's the key. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Goodness gracious, Renee. Oh, you know why? I think it's because, nope, I did make it short. In one of the first ones I made it too long, and I was actually bumping into the bottom edge, and that was why I was having trouble. I'm not sure why I'm having trouble with this. Sometimes that helps. Put a ruler in there. Creates a barrier so that you don't have that friction. There we go. I love it. It's not. Here we go. Sweet. Okay, so I just want to put, this is a ribbon. It's got, it's hard to see on the camera right now, but it's kind of got a pinkish purple color to it. So I thought it would be really pretty right here, and then my little dangle can attach to that. I'll probably have to get a bulb pin or a paper clip or something to put that on. So we're going to go ahead and attach that along this edge, being careful to not get any glue on the break point there. If you know what I mean, the break point. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. And then I just like to use my towel to press that down so I don't get my fingers all sticky. Cut this extra off. Perfect. And I kind of like that hanging over on that side. So there you go. I'm going to grab a paper clip if I've got one right here, right close. I've got a green one here, which would probably be kind of pretty. So when I made these, I made a little bit of, I made the dangle, I don't think I wanted it like this. Maybe I did want it like that. You can do it however you want. So we're just going to feed this on here and see how best it would work. Oh, just like that. Perfect. I love that green paper clip. I think that's a great addition. So I'm just going to put that right there, and then we've got our little ballerina dangle. So there, I'm going to cut this off. It's bothering me. Oh, goodness. There we go. Okay, so now let's move on to the second one. This one should be really fun. I love this dark color. I'm going to be doing kind of a boho, some boho pages, which are just like kind of darker theme, kind of gypsy-ish, you know, with some rich colored lace and things like that. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So before we start, I'm going to go ahead and cut my cap that I forgot to do. Oh, that's not going to work. That's the scrap of this, so we're gonna have to find something else because I don't think I have a big enough piece. Darn it. Well, I may have to use a piece of coffee dyed paper or something. But it's okay. So again, we're gonna cut off the top. I'm not even gonna provide you with the measurements on this, guys, because it's whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. It does not matter how much you cut off on your cap here. You do want to make sure that you're cutting off the top and not the bottom though, which I just did it the wrong way. So this one I'm going to do about here. I'm terrible with measurements. I think that's 1 3/4. I do not know how to read a ruler to save my life, which is pretty astonishing given that I work in a school, but that's okay. So there we've got our 2 pieces. And so again, we're going to start with attaching this and again, holding the end that you don't want to have glued. Use our art glitter glue again. When I first started using this glue, I was so jittery, like I just was shaking. I couldn't do a line to save my life. So I am getting a little bit better. So again, I'm going to turn this just for the ease of my hand and my eye. I'm going to have to trim this because it is not measured right. So, but it's an easy fix, so I'm not worried about it. But I am going to get my trimmer out to do that because I want to make sure I get it straight. And not even straight on the bottom. So, quick second, guys. Not sure how that happened, but we're going to fix her up. There we go. I have to always start somewhere in the middle, not at the end of this. Oh my goodness, that did not work well. I need to cut it with my scissors. Shoot. And that was a bad idea because my glue is wet, which is why that happened. I'm going to have to disguise that. I got a little notch out of that. But that's okay. We're embellishing. So it's going to be fine. And the only thing I'm going to ink on this is this part because you're not going to, I don't think you're going to see any inking. Well, I guess you'd see inking on the edges, which will help us disguise that a little bit. I'm not going to do much because it's not going to be super visible. But I do want to get this upper edge here. I'm excited to try this on a little smaller scale too. I think would be fun. So now we've got our cap. So again, you want to make sure that you're lining that up, that you've got it going the right direction. Otherwise, that would not be good. And then I've just got this piece of paper from my scraps that I pulled out for some reason. I think I'll just use it as my back piece for this pole. So I'm just going to use my scissors and just cut it like this. There we go. I'm going to ink this all the way around on both sides so that anything that's showing is going to be inked. Oh, that's not going to be showing because it's going to be, good thing it's not going to be showing. That's doesn't work. And I am just going to give this a little, just to cover some of that white from the paper, the core. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and attach our journaling spot, which again, I just used a piece of white paper. I wonder if, yeah, I don't really want to use that. We'll just go with white. That's what I pulled out. It's not going to really matter what you use. So again, just want to make sure that you're putting this on correctly and that it's matching where you are on your bottom piece. If that makes any sense. So again, I'm going to mark this so I know what my glue boundary is. Art glitter glue. Okay, and again, checking that it's going the right direction, and then I'm gonna try to get this straight this time so I don't have to pull it back up. That was bad. It's not straight, I can tell you that right now. Is that better? Seems to be better. Yeah, it's all right. Not a big deal. Because we've got room here to fuss with that. So now we're going to go ahead and glue the back of the cap on, or the pull piece. There we go. Perfect. Perfecto. I love it. Love it. Just going to get some more ink in there just to take away that. As you can see the white paper showing through. So again, it's just going to tuck in here. This one seems shorter. It is shorter. Look at that. That was totally unintentional. I must have grabbed the wrong piece that I measured out. Oh my goodness. That's sad. Okay, gonna stick my ruler back in there to see if I can help myself. That really does help though, guys. Get that in there. I don't have any glue concerns, so I'm gonna go ahead and just, whoa, gonna go ahead and just leave it in there. I don't know what's showing there. Oh, it's that edge. See this little edge here? I can see it on, see it through, so let me trim that really quick. It's like, what is that color that I'm seeing? There we go. There we go. Much better. So as you can see, this is more in line with what Cara was showing on her video, where she really, her piece really was seamless. Now you can see it because it's bending and it's cut, but you can see that there's just a continuation of the design, which is the idea of that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my bits over so I can see what we're going to do here. I have this lace or ribbon, I guess it's, I don't know what this is called. I guess it's ribbon lace, I don't know. But it's that cotton fabric. I'm going to take this out because I think I want to do something with that edge. We'll see. So I actually thought it would be, I wonder if it would work to do this, or if it would get in the way to have that there, because I think it would be okay, quite honestly. I'm going to do it just because I want to. So I'm going to go ahead and use some Fabri-Tac. I'll cut off the side when I get to that point. So basically, I don't really want to put a bunch of glue on. I'm going to have to put some glue on that, because maybe just on the sides. Let's just try this. This was not what I originally had planned, so I'm kind of changing it up a little bit. I'm not going to put it all the way in the middle though. I want to try to avoid having a bunch of glue there, and just see how this works out. Just don't want that. I want that to be, I like that rough edge, which is kind of, oh, now you can't see the, oh my goodness. Let's try this again. We're not going to do that because it hides the hidden spot, guys. You're not going to be able to see that it's seamless. We'll have to do something up there though, now that I put glue on it. Oh goodness, live with Cara-Renee. Yay. We'll be using this somewhere else though, I assure you. We do need to fix this though. I'll put something else here. I could just put, oh, goodness gracious, Renee. That was really, oh my goodness, now I just rubbed it off. Best laid plans. Nobody's going to know that is a problem. We're going to go ahead and ink it a little bit. So see guys, it's okay if it doesn't turn out exactly like you thought it was going to. We'll figure out something to put on there as we move along here. So I don't want anything on that edge because I want to be able to see, just like this one, we want to be able to access and see that seamlessness of those pieces, which is kind of the whole point of the hidden journaling spot. So, okay. Whew. So in my little collection here, I have, obviously I have this, which I think I'll be using down here on the bottom now that I can't use it on the top. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna even that out. That will go in my scrap bin. And I think I just want, I'm gonna cut right here into the center of this piece. Ouch. Ah! Just cut myself. Oh my word. Should I really have scissors? That is the question. Okay. Gosh, I'm so sorry guys, I'm off camera there. Concerned about my finger. So what I was going to do at the top, I'm going to try to do down here at the bottom. I like that. I love that actually. Yeah. Okay, so keeping in mind that this is going to be cut off. And I got this cute little picture. I just had to do it. I was playing with resizing my digitals, and so this is just, I can't remember where I got this from. I'll try to remember to link it as well. But it was a full journal page, and I shrunk it down, and I just love that little picture. Oh, I love it. So I'm going to use that as my embellishment here. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that. Just kind of get things ready, and we'll put things in place, and then we'll go back and glue them on. Coming in on an hour, a little bit longer than I wanted to be taking of your time, but it's okay. I'm going to use a little bit of this vellum again, because again, I love it, love it. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that as well. A little bit of music page, which I don't think we need that big of a spot of it. Got a lot going on in terms of cluster down here already, so keep it a little bit smaller in spots. Hurts. Those were sharp scissors. Was I going to use this? This is a project I did where I took a music page and I put a napkin over it, and then I sewed around the whole outside of it, but then I ended up cutting it up into tags and stuff, and so I've got these scraps that have the stitching, which I think are super cool. So I think I'm going to use a bit of this as well, just because I think it's really neat. Actually, this might be a great thing for up at the top. I should have just not tore it quite that quickly. I might have had a big enough piece to go across the top of our bit here, but it'll be okay. We'll see. I could also put some down here because, well, I've got enough. This is a lot going on here already. A lot. Because it's really thick with that, with this ruffle. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go like, I think I want to do that. Get that on there as a layer, and then here, and then here, and then here. Yes. Yes. Okay. So let's start gluing on. And what I like to do is sometimes it helps me to remember what I have by just taking the whole stack and turning it over, and then I know what order my layers were in. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is fabric, so we're going to go ahead and use the Fabri-Tac. I actually coffee dyed this myself, which was super fun. I'm bringing that up just a little bit higher than I had it before, just to minimize the hangover on the the amount hanging over the side here, or the bottom, excuse me. And then we had this, so we're gonna keep using the Fabri-Tac here for a moment because we're putting paper to fabric. It works really great. I'll go ahead and put this here. Does this not feel straight? It's okay, nobody's gonna know. Slide that over a bit. It is crooked though, isn't it? Not really. I'm not sure why it looks crooked. And then we've got this bit, so we're gonna put that on here as well. I almost wonder if I should just go all the way across since I've got a big enough piece, or would that be weird? I kind of like the idea of going all the way across. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just have to figure out where I want the glue to go. I do want it to go all the way over here, so we're gonna start gluing here. It's covering up some of that music page, but that's okay. You do sacrifice some things when you're doing kind of that collage look, as you've probably heard me talk about on my mixed media videos. So we're just gonna go ahead and put this on top of here. Just a little bit. Oh, I love that. Not what I planned, but it'll look better when I trim it off, guys, I promise. Looking a little crazy right now, but it's gonna be okay. Okay, so I guess we'll use Fabri-Tac on this because we're gluing still again to fabric. I haven't used Fabri-Tac on vellum before, so we'll see how this goes. It's not like it's going to show a great deal. Oh, I like that because you can see the music behind it still. And then we've got our girl, and I think we're okay to just use the we're going to go ahead and use Fabri-Tac just in case we go over that lace as I continue to change my mind again and again. There we go. Because I do want it to kind of come down a little bit, like so. Oh, I love that. So now we've got our Just Breathe. We need to ink that baby up. As I mentioned in other videos, I find it nearly impossible to link where I get all my words and sentiments because I have so many, and they're all kind of, I put them all together in a basket, so I no longer can really tell. I think I'm going to put this over this right here. I still want to see that edge because I like this rough edge here, so I'm going to go with that. I'm so glad that you guys watch. I hope that you're enjoying the videos and that you like the process. I hope that it inspires you, because that is really the ultimate goal for me, is for other people to feel like they can explore in a little bit different way. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all this off here with my scissors that are going to now get gluey, but they're the sharpest ones I've got right now, so happened there. It's okay. Not very even. I'm not looking for perfection. There we go. Oh, I just love that. Don't you love that? I feel like this needs a little bit of ink just to kind of grunge that lace up just a little bit. the ruffle. Not sure why. It must be crooked because it's hanging over, or my girl is crooked, I'm not sure. So there we go. So we do still need to repair this bit at the top. Oh my goodness. So we're going to go ahead and put that down, and then maybe we'll just kind of replicate the bottom collaging a little bit just to kind of disguise that stuff. Maybe we'll just cut this off and use this fabric part. Stick it to my fingers. It's not going to cover up all the goobers that process created, but it'll be okay. So I like that. And then, but what are we going to put kind of as a focal point there, because we need something. Maybe we do another girl. I have a bunch of them over here. I was just playing around with resizing a variety of little bits. So we have this little girl, these little girls. That would be just the right size for the top. I think we'll do that. So again, I'll try to remember and link these, but I don't know off the top of my head because I wasn't planning on using this one. So there we go. Okay. Perfecto. Does that look weird? I don't know. I don't know anymore. We are almost to the finish line though, guys. Hope to get another video or two out today. Got nothing to do. It's too hot to wander outside to do anything. So we're going to go ahead and put this down with some Fabri-Tac over our already Fabri-Tacked mess. Just a little bit of fabric there. And then we've got this piece. I like to really embellish things a lot. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I enjoy it. I like the collage look. So do what you love, guys. Do what speaks to you. That's what's going to make your heart happy. Kind of go up so that we can still see that stitching, because that's the part about it that I love. Put our little girl on. And then we will be done, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you're inspired. And if you haven't liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd love it if you do. I want more people to be able to see what I'm creating. Again, just in the heart of sharing artistic beauty and artistic expression. I am not in it for the views or the likes. As you look at my channel, it's not super popular, even though I've had it up for a while. That's not why I do it. I just want people to be able to have access to inspiration, and if I can be a part of that inspiration, then I want to do that. So, and if you want to be notified of when I post a new video, if you click the little bell, you'll get a notification when I post something new. So here we're going to go ahead and tuck this little baby back in here, and there we go. And I'm gonna play and make tinier ones of these. I think they'd be really, really fun. So get this in there. Come on, come on. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Not sure why it's so tight, but it's okay. There we go. So as you can see, we still have our seamless bit there, and we were able to fix this, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. Except I have nowhere to attach this because I didn't think about that until like right now. So I think we're going to leave this off just because I'm not sure where to attach it. I might add it on my own. Oh, I can just use a paper clip. Duh. Let me find a little paper clip here. Just a silver one maybe. Yeah, here's a silver one. think about that. I forgot that I made these so that they could just go on a paper clip, which is super handy because you can make them up and then, you know, do what you want to do with them. So actually kind of want to put a little bit of lace on that, but I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to put it down here like so. I might add, this one needs another jump ring. As you see, it's sticking out. It's not going to lay straight. So at a later time, I'll add a big jump ring to that to fix that. So again, thanks so much for watching. You guys are amazing. Here's our 2 beautiful designs, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.